Imagine if you could know what someone is thinking or feeling without them saying a single word. Sounds like a superpower, right? Well, you can. It's called reading body language. Body language is like mind reading, but in real life. The way people move, their facial expressions, even their eyebrows, it all gives clues about what's going on in their head. Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Have you ever had that feeling that someone isn't telling you the whole truth? Well, today we're going to talk about body language signs that can help you know if someone might be hiding something from you. These are subtle cues that can give you insight into what's really going on. So let's dive right in. First up is avoiding eye contact. When someone is uncomfortable or hiding something, they often look away. They might glance down at their phone, stare at the wall, or even look up at the ceiling, anywhere but at you. Imagine you're asking your friend, "Did you really finish your project on time?" If they suddenly can't look you in the eye, that's a red flag. Sure, some people are shy, but if they're avoiding your gaze when you ask something important, they might not be completely honest. Try making eye contact while speaking. Notice how they respond. Do they avoid it more? This can help you gauge their comfort level. Next is fidgeting. People who are nervous often play with their hands, tap their feet, or shift around in their seats. Think about a time when you were anxious. Maybe you fiddled with your hair or bit your nails. Now picture someone doing the same during a conversation. If they can't sit still and seem restless, it might mean they're hiding something. But remember, not everyone who fidgets is lying. They might just be a bit anxious or excited. Look for this sign along with others. So next time you notice someone fidgeting while talking to you, think about the context. Are they nervous about something specific? It's worth noting. The third sign is crossing arms or legs. When someone does this, it can show they're feeling defensive or closed off. Picture this. You ask a friend a tough question, and they suddenly cross their arms tightly. This can signal that they're not comfortable sharing what's on their mind. But keep in mind, some people cross their arms when they're cold or just resting. So if you notice this change when the topic gets serious, it might mean they're feeling defensive. Think about your own body language. When you're uncomfortable or defensive, do you catch yourself crossing your arms? It's a common response, and recognizing it in others can help you understand their feelings. Next, let's talk about touching the face. When people feel anxious, they might touch their nose, rub their eyes, or even cover their mouth. For example, if you ask someone, "What really happened at the party?" and they start rubbing their nose, that might be a sign they're feeling uneasy. This doesn't mean they're definitely lying, but it's something to pay attention to. Sometimes our hands reveal our true feelings before our words do. Our face is a reflection of our emotions. If someone suddenly starts to touch their face more than usual while answering a question, it's worth paying attention to. Next time you're in a conversation, look out for these subtle face touches. They can say a lot more than words. Number 5 is about how someone speaks. If they suddenly talk really fast or slow down dramatically, it could indicate they're nervous or trying to think carefully about their words. Imagine you ask someone a simple question and they start rushing through their answer like they want to get it over with. Or maybe they take long pauses as if they're searching for the right words. These changes in speech can be signs that they're uncomfortable or not being entirely truthful. Have you ever found yourself speaking faster when you're nervous? This can happen to anyone. Now think about how you react when you're comfortable versus when you're anxious. The 6th sign is over-explaining. Sometimes, when people lie, they give way too much detail to make their story sound believable. Let's say you ask a friend, "Did you go to the concert last night?" If they launch into a long, detailed story about every single band that played, their outfits, and even the weather, it might be a sign they're trying too hard to convince you. If someone gives you more information than you need, it could mean they're trying to cover something up. Think about times when you felt guilty or nervous. Did you find yourself adding extra details to your story? This is a common behavior and can indicate someone is trying too hard to convince you of their honesty. Now let's discuss mirroring. This is when someone copies your body language. It's often a sign of comfort and connection. But if they start mimicking you right after you ask a tough question, it could mean they're trying to seem more trustworthy while hiding something. For instance, If you lean forward in your chair and they do the same, it might feel natural. But if it feels forced or awkward, they might be trying too hard to blend in. This sign is super important. Watch for inconsistent gestures. If what someone says doesn't match their body language, like saying yes while shaking their head, it's a big red flag. Picture someone saying, "I'm totally fine," with a serious face while shaking their head. These mixed signals can reveal their true feelings, even when their words don't match. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Next, let's talk about physical signs like sweating or flushed skin. If someone suddenly starts sweating or turning red, especially during a calm conversation, it could mean they're feeling anxious or uncomfortable. Imagine you're having a chat and suddenly they're wiping their brow or fidgeting with their shirt. These physical reactions can be strong indicators that they're hiding something or feeling stressed. Consider your own physical reactions when you're nervous. Do you sweat, blush, or feel your heart race? Our bodies can often reveal emotions that we might be trying to hide. Finally, watch for defensive reactions. If someone gets angry or overly defensive when you ask a simple question, it might mean they feel caught off guard and are hiding something. For example, if you casually ask, "How was your day?" and they snap back with, "Why do you care?" that's a huge warning sign. They might be overreacting to distract you from what they don't want to discuss. Think about how you react when someone challenges you. Do you feel the need to defend yourself, even when it's a simple question? This can help you understand why others might react defensively. So those are 10 body language signs that someone might be hiding something. Remember, these signs aren't proof that someone is lying. They might just be nervous or anxious for various reasons. Did you know that in some cultures, avoiding eye contact can be a sign of respect? So if you catch someone not looking at you, they might just be really polite or possibly planning an escape route. Fidgeting is not just a sign of nervousness. It can also mean you're a secret ninja. Seriously, those little hand movements? They're just practicing for their next stealth mission. Watch out, world! However, if you notice several of these signs together during a conversation, it could be a clue that something isn't quite right. Always trust your instincts, and don't hesitate to ask follow-up questions if you feel uneasy. Did you know that touching your face often means you're lying? But fun fact, it can also mean you're just really into your new skincare routine. I promise I'm not hiding anything. These are just the glow-up products. If someone speaks too fast, it could mean they're lying, but it could also mean they just downed 3 cups of coffee. You might want to check if they've been hanging out with the caffeine fairies before jumping to conclusions. Over-explaining is a classic sign of hiding something, but it can also mean they're a professional storyteller. You know the type. Let me tell you how I got here. And suddenly, you're in a 10-part miniseries that should have come with popcorn. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on understanding people better. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.